Welcome. I'm going to give you a rundown of Excel, which will be useful primarily for getting Excel set up correctly on your computer. It will be essential that you have an up-to-date version of the spreadsheet program Excel, complete with the data analysis toolkit, and eventually we will also use the stats tools toolkit or plugin, which is available from Palisades. You have access to it for free through your textbook website. So I just want to give you a rundown of Excel and how to make sure that it's set up correctly for class. In this video, I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail on using Excel or doing analysis with Excel. That material will be learned throughout the semester as the semester goes on. So here I've started Excel basically by clicking on the Start menu here and clicking on Excel, and you can see that it opens up. And the title of the workbook that I've opened is up here at the top. It says Book 1, Excel. If you open up a data set, the name of the data set file will be located here. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Along the top we have what's called the ribbon, and we have these various tabs. These tabs allow us to select different functionality within Excel, and they're grouped sort of together in a way that makes sense. So for example, if you click on the Insert tab, which we'll use quite often, you can insert tables, you can construct pivot tables here, and you can put together graphs. Those are all grouped together over here in the middle. Recommended charts is one piece of functionality that we will be using quite often in the first part of the class. Scatter plots, etc. So each one of these tabs here will have some functionality that will be useful to us, and we will learn more about as the semester wears on. Just a little bit of other terminology. Within each one of these tabs, there's you can barely see it, but there's a light vertical line that separates some of the different functions and some of the different things that you can do within Excel. Each one of these is called a group. So what shows up in between these light vertical lines are what we call groups. Of course, there are cells in the spreadsheet. So this cell, for example, would be cell A1, where A refers to the column and 1 refers to the row. And there's a sheet down here. It says Sheet 1. You can rename that by double-clicking on it, typing in whatever name you would like. You can add additional sheets by clicking the plus sign. You can rearrange the sheets and put them in any order that you prefer to put them in. For example, I just moved Sheet 2 ahead of Sheet 1. Okay, what I want to do is I want to make sure that you have first the data analysis toolkit set up correctly. So to set up the data analysis toolkit, we're going to click over here on data, and you can see if you look all the way over to the right, there's a group that's called data analysis. So I have my data analysis toolkit set up correctly in my version of Excel. You might not. If you don't see a data tab, or if under the data tab you don't see an option for data analysis, you need to do the following. The first thing that you will do is click on the File tab. So here I've clicked on the File tab. Once I've opened the File tab, I will click on Options. So if you look down at the bottom here, you can see Options. So I click on Options, and then under Options, when Excel will open a dialog box, I'll select Add-ins from the list of options. So over here, you can see Add-ins. So you click Add-ins here. So I have that highlighted. Okay, there we go. There are the add-ins. And you can see there are a lot of different options here to choose from. In the Manage box, we're going to select Excel add-ins. So that's down here in the Manage box, and it's defaulted to those Excel add-ins, perhaps because that's the last add-in that I set up in Excel was the Data Analysis Toolkit. So if that doesn't say Excel add-ins down here at the bottom, you should select that. Okay, Excel add-ins. Then you click Go. And then once you click Go, you'll see a number of different options for add-ins that are available to you. And I've clicked here the Analysis Tool Pack. Right? That's the one that you want to make sure that you've clicked, and then you click OK. Once you do that, it will download and set up the data analysis toolkit for you, and you will be ready to go, at least for the first part of class, for the first part of the course. Eventually, we're also going to use the Stat Tools add-in by Palisades. Let me give you a quick rundown on how that works. So you get to the download by going to the textbook website, the Cengage textbook website. You can see that here, right? Essentials of Modern Business Statistics with Excel, the 7th edition Anderson. So go to your textbook website, and then when you get to your textbook website, you will hit the student sign-in. Of course, I'm an instructor, so it's going to look just a little bit different for me. But I can hit Sign In to Explore, and that's going to sign me into the textbook web page. So you can find this. I'll give it a second. Type in my email. Right there. Type in my password. Okay, now I've logged in. So again, when you log in, it will probably look a little bit different from this because you're a student and I'm an instructor. But if we look around, we can find at the bottom the Instructor Companion website, and you'll click on the Student Companion website. But I click here. And wait, okay. and it will come up with this page here, which shows a picture of the textbook, and I can select, different teaching materials for different chapters. But what I'm most interested in here is down here where it says Palisade Decision Tools Suite. That's what we need to set up in Excel. So I'll click on Palisade Decision Tools, and you can see it gives you the option to download the Decision Tools Suite, the textbook edition. This is the one that we want. So as it loads up this stuff, it says please click on your book below. So you find your textbook. Here it is, Essentials of Modern Business Statistics with Excel. They've asked you to click on that. So we click there. And then you can see it opens up this this little download page. And what it's going to do over here on the right-hand side of the web page is it's going to ask you a question to make sure that you own the textbook. So it's going to, every time you download it, for each of you, this question will be different. But it says, in the book's index, the first listing under the letter Q begins with what word? So if I go to the index of my book and I look under Q, quadrants is actually the first one. So I enter that word. A little test here, right? That says confirm your textbook. So I want to make sure that you have the right textbook. And we do. Okay, and it'll allow you now to download the Decision Tool Suite textbook edition, and you'll click on it and it'll save it. And I recommend just saving it to your desktop or somewhere where you can easily get to it. Now I saved it and I put it in this folder, EC220, and I saved it under, did I save it under? No. I guess I just saved it under materials, maybe. I guess I did save it under here. Yes, I did. Okay. So actually, if you look at this, you can tell which one it is. It's the application. So DT Suite 751-book is the executable that you will run to set this up in Excel. So you'll double click on that, follow the different prompts that are on the screen, and then you will have the Palisades Stat Tools toolkit set up for you, which you can access from your start menu by looking for Palisades right here. And the one we're going to be most interested in is Stat Tools. So you can open it up here by clicking on it, and it will initialize Microsoft Excel, and it will run with that toolkit open. And eventually we'll need that toolkit as well. Close this. And you can see that we now have the Stats Tools tab available to us on the ribbon in Excel. Okay, so please make sure that you have Excel set up on your computer, that you come to class with your computer and it's ready to use. In Excel, I would like you to make sure that you have both the Data Analysis toolkit set up. Right, so click on the Data tab, make sure you have the Data Analysis group, and also make sure that you download and set up Stat Tools, which is available to you for free from the textbook website. If you have questions, of course, let me know in the first couple of days of class. I know that there are sometimes, little roadblocks just to getting technology set up correctly. I'd be happy to help you with that, particularly during my office hours, which are after class on Monday and Wednesday. I look forward to seeing you all soon.